building, bitch. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building, bitch. We in the building.
Finally, RZeroB and PTA have come back to Giants Talk, which means that finally RZeroB and PTA have come back to BGN. In today's show, we're going to take it back to school, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's right. We're going to be giving out report cards. We're going to be giving out report cards on the coaches. We're going to be giving report cards out on the GM. We're going to be giving the report cards out on the owners, on the players, on the medical staff, on the field care representatives, on the water boys, on the facilitators, on the event planners, the whole kit and caboodle. Everybody is getting a one-of-a-kind report card from yours truly.
You say water boys? You say water boys?
Yeah, water boys, yes.
Water boys isn't on the list.
You didn't add it?
No.
Why not?
No. Well, Bobby
Add
Boucher
it right now.
Bobby Boucher would fuck me up if I gave him a bad grade. So he gets an A++ automatically. You know what I mean? That's why we don't talk about the water boys, man. Remember Bobby Boucher, bro?
I do remember Bobby Boucher. Fine, we'll let it pass this time.
He hits hard.
He does. Pause. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to cover the New York Football Giants through the halfway point of the season. So let's get it started. If you smell what RZeroB and PT fucking A. It's cooking. What's up, PTA?
Hey, man, what's going on, Rob? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
Yeah, man. It's been a weird couple of days, huh?
It has.
Yeah, it's just been a
whirlwind.
It's been pretty interesting, man. It's pretty. Who is Z-Force G-Men? That's a new name.
Z-Force G-Men.
Yeah. Well, I asked that question because he asked what PTA stands for, right? But right here it says Pest the Analyst. Pest the Analyst. PTA Sports. Pest the Analyst. Pest the Analyst. It's right there. It's Pest the Analyst. That's
what it really
girl?
means. What it really.
Okay, the Korean told me I have to be nice. Hi, G-Force. Z-Force.
I was gonna say
Z-Force G-Men. That sounds like a old cartoon from back in like the 80s, right? But they use like Michael Strahan and you know Harry Carson. You know what I'm saying? They got
fuck Strahan. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Pause.
Whoa. Jesus Christ, man.
I know it's TJ. That's TJ from the Twitter Spaces.
I know. I know. I'm just.
Oh, all right. I didn't know
Yeah,
if you
I'm
knew.
just. I didn't know, but
I didn't know if you understood.
Listen, man, I was doing the thing where I see someone's name and then I give an elaborate description of what I envision in my crazy fucking brain. I was right in the middle of that, right? I was going to name off a bunch of Giants from back in the day and said that they were like in a cartoon in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? The Z-Force G-Men. Because, you know what I mean? That was the kind of weird ass shit that Hanna-Barbera used to do back in the day. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, I'm gonna do what Vince McMahon would do. Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon? You said Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I know. I
Vince is McMahon right now.
All right,
Vince
so
is
Vince
definitely
McMahon would tell you to shut up.
I mean,
have a drink.
That's excessive, man.
Drink right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out with your boys tonight on this lovely, amazing Wednesday evening. It's bye week, ladies and gentlemen, which means we relax, which means tomorrow we hope and cross our fingers that the Houston Texans become All-Americans and whoop on some Philadelphia Eagles ass. It's probably not going to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen at all.
No.
But I can dream, can I?
Fuck Houston. No, fuck Houston. Fuck Houston, man. I don't give a fuck if the Phillies win. Whatever, man. It's baseball. Whatever, bro. But fuck Houston. Cheating ass bitches. You want a championship.
I'm talking about the Houston Texans.
Huh?
Talking about the Houston Texans.
Oh, I thought you was talking about baseball, man, because everybody's talking about Houston and you said the Phillies. You said Phillies.
I said Eagles.
Eagles. Are the Eagles playing Houston? Is that what's happening this week?
Yeah, that's the Thursday night game.
Oh, listen, bro.
Do you get out much, or do you stay inside mostly?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The New York Football Giants don't have a game this week.
So you don't give a fuck about.
I don't give a fuck about nobody else. Hey, listen, I'm sorry. Like, I'm gonna still sit down on Sunday and watch me a bunch of football, but I don't fucking know who's playing who because it's not the Giants, and I don't really care. Well,
before I was rudely interrupted by my co-host because he doesn't understand fucking the schedule for this coming up week. Okay,
I'm sorry, man. It's a bye week.
You should be.
It's a bye week, bro. That's the schedule.
I understand it's a bye week. So listen,
bye week, man.
It's bye week. All right, we're hoping that the Houston Texans, okay, whoop on some Philadelphia Eagles. Which is probably not going to happen. I'm hoping that the Astros cheating or not, fuck the Phillies. Okay? All right? Fuck the Phillies. Cheat. Listen, Astros, cheat all you want to win against the Phillies. I don't care. Okay?
I can't condone no full-on cheating, like dirty trickery, right?
Be as dirty as you can.
No, there's a certain level. I was having this conversation with the Korean the other day. There's a certain level of villainy that like once you get past that part, all I can do is respect the villainy, but that quality of villainy is not for me. There's some villainy that my palate is designed for some of that villainy. There's some villainy that I can't. Nah, yeah.
I want him to go full blown.
Ugh, cheating. I can't.
But so we'll recap the game a little bit from Sunday. Not much. I mean, there's nothing really to recap.
Yeah,
we'll spend a few minutes on it. But what we really want to focus our time on tonight is we really want to focus our time on kind of grading halfway through the season. You know, the Giants are 6-2, so we want to kind of go group by group, quarterback, running backs, O-line, D-line, corners, safeties, coaches. Like, we want to break it down and kind of give a grade of the group. We could probably talk about individual players, but as a group, we're going to give them a grade. We'll probably highlight and talk about certain players that are standing out at each, position group for us that we feel are so far. And we'll talk about a little bit of expectations, maybe going into the second half of the season, what we're looking for, what we'd like to see, things of that nature. And we'll go for about an hour, 15, hour and a half. and then we'll call it an evening. And but if you guys are new, be sure to hit the subscribe button. It's free to hit the subscribe button. Smash the like button. Helps the videos get noticed. You know what I'm saying? It helps out your boys, real quick. So let's dive into it real quick. So we're going to start with position. Well, let's do this. Let's start with the ownership. We're going to start with Mara and Tish.
Well, do you want to quickly touch on the game before we?
Sure.
I know you've been in Twitter Spaces all week, right? So,
yes.
So you probably talked on this a million times. I've been in your spaces. I've spoke on some things. That's where you guys can come and catch us, really giving you like all of the shits, right? Every now and then we'll jump on camera, but you need to be hanging out in these Twitter Spaces, man, because they jumping, and I appreciate Rob for doing it. But give me your thoughts, very brief, on the game last week. This tough loss that we took.
It was a pour performance, I think, on all aspects of the game: defense, offense, special teams. I don't think that Daniel performed up to expectations. And not necessarily expectations, but I don't feel like he did what he needed to do to try to carry the team. I think, weaknesses got exposed. They kept him in the box, didn't allow him to get his legs going, which basically at that point couldn't get the running game going between him and Barkley, which ultimately canceled out the play action and boots. They weren't, faked out in any way, so it slowed down our offense. Defensively, I thought they did an okay job for the most part. Obviously when it mattered, Adoree Jackson. You're going to fall for that by DK Metcalf? That's tough. That's tough.
That's DK, though. But that's DK,
but still, man, you've been in this league a lot longer than DK.
I know,
Come on, bro.
Yeah, but DK's like a million feet tall,
that's
man.
Like,
he thought he was trying to get boxed out.
That's like the Wile E. Coyote falling for fucking Roadrunner type shit, bro. Like that's just tough.
He thought he was getting boxed out, man. He was like, yo, your big ass ain't getting ready to box me out. Fuck that. Oh shit, you double moved me. That's what happened, man.
They laughed. They really, and Adoree laughed at him. I thought it was kind of funny.
They got him. Listen, they got him.
They got him. Defense was put in some tough situations in the game off of the turnovers. And stuff like that, which made it difficult. Ultimately, if we didn't get the turnover at the 2-yard line, we don't score a touchdown in that game. So, and that's unacceptable going, into, going into Seattle. So, poor performance on all aspects. Definitely need to get better, especially in the special teams. It wasn't just the fumbles that killed us. Those were huge, but we had a nice 30 or 40 yard punt return that was called back due to a block in the back. We would have been in their territory. That changes the play calling on that drive potentially. Now you got to start 15 yards back from when the punt was received. So it was a mess. Bye couldn't have come at a better time. Try to get some help, try to get healthy, and regroup. And coming out of the bye, you're going up against the Houston Texans, which is, they're not looking good right now. Not going to underestimate them, but they're not looking good right now. So it'd be, kind of like a good way to get back in sync. And it's a home game. So you'll have the home crowd, you'll have the fans in it and everything like that. So just a poor performance all around, my opinion.
All right, cool. I said last week, I believe it was on the Hubs channel. I said that I thought that this team was not necessarily better, but that they were tougher, and I still believe that. I still believe that this New York Giants team is a tougher team, and they can deal with this loss a little bit better. Just kind of reflecting on this first half of the season. So, for me, right, you guys have heard me talk about how free this season is, and so for me, I'm not really all that broken up about this game, just not. Okay, so let's start there. I'm not going to be as upset as I have been in the past about losses with this team, especially right now in the free year. Now next year. Because listen, next year I'm gonna be on this team's ass. I've been laying low, right? I've been laying low. I'm gonna be on this team's ass next year. But anyway, I digress. There were a lot of things that I saw that did not go well, and the fact of the matter is this. I put this onus on the entire team, coaches included, right? This is not a this player fucked up and that player fucked up. And if those two things didn't happen, everyone was fucking up left and right, like all over the place. The entire team was just fucking up left and right, whether it was fumbling punt returns or getting stupid penalties or falling for double moves or not tackling appropriately or bad play execution. We tried to do some fucking weird kind of counter sweep looking thing and Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley almost got tackled together by one dude. Like, it was just listen.
That was incredible.
Listen to me when I tell you, I've been watching this film. I've been watching this film, and it, man, it was just the entire damn team, man, the entire team. So like we can point fingers all we want to at individual players that we don't like, and that's fine. But this was a team loss, just like we've had a lot of team wins this season. This was a team loss like a motherfucker, and I'm glad that it came. I'm glad that it came before the bye week, because these sons of bitches got to stew on this loss for 2 fucking weeks. They got to stew on this loss for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? That sucks, man. You think it sucks? You think it sucks for us as the fans to wait 2 weeks for football? The players are in purgatory right now, because all they want to do is get back on that field and show the world that loss is not what they are. So, like, I'm glad this loss happened, to be completely honest. And somebody's going to be like, oh, some hater shit. Oh, because you don't like Daniel Jones. Oh, because you... Nah, man, I'm glad that these motherfuckers got to think about this for 2 weeks. And hopefully this lights a fire up under their ass to go and finish the second half of this season strong. None of these games are guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Pat. What's going on with your brother, man? I'm saying none of these fucking games are guaranteed. It doesn't matter what that team's record is. It doesn't matter how good or how bad that team is. If we've learned anything from the New York Football Giants this season, it's this. On any given Sunday, any team can beat any team. So these are not free wins, ladies and gentlemen. These are not free wins or free losses. Like these listen. I'm sorry, I said these are not. These are kind of free. This is
free.
I'm not tripping. Listen, I'm not tripping on that, man. Hopefully these guys are motivated to go and finish this damn second half of the season strong. None of these games are guaranteed. Go and kick some damn ass, right? That's all you can do at this point. Yes, we don't have a good roster. Yes, our quarterback is a question mark. Yes, we love our running back, but we hope that he can stay healthy, and we want him to stay here very long. But running backs get paid too goddamn much money. Yes, we understand all these things, y'all. We understand all these things. But I mean, like, I got a question for you, Rob. Now that I think about it.
Yes, sir.
Now that I think about it. What do the Giants have to be upset about right now? What do Giants fans have to be upset about right now? Like, in the grand scheme of things, sitting in our bye week, getting ready to do this report card.
In the grand scheme of things, I mean, honestly, like, you really got nothing to be, upset about. We're technically, in a rebuild right now where, you got a new GM and a new head coach that are trying to change the philosophy, the culture, and the way that this organization is perceived. And they're doing it in a fashion where, you don't have one of your starting pass rushers. You lost 2 defensive linemen now for the season. One with a bicep injury, one with a torn ACL. I think Nick Williams is pretty much done. You just lost your starting tight end for a few weeks. Tony hadn't played. Wandell missed 4 games. Kenny Golladay has been out the last few weeks. You don't really, you have one maybe like mid-average name at corner. I mean, what do you expect? And you don't, you lost your 5th round pick or 6th round pick in Darian Beavers. You lost him, done for the year. You lost Kayvon for a few weeks in the beginning of the season, and you're 6-2. Like, and that's, Colin Johnson's another one. Like, you could literally go and you could view the Giants in here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just pull up the Giants app here because I can, and I'm going to list you guys as far as on the injury report here. And let's see if I can view the let's see here by position. No, it won't let me see the actual but there's a lot of injuries, y'all. It won't let me see it through the app. But I mean, there's a lot of injuries. And the fact that this team, Evan Neal, who's out right now for a few weeks, Ben Bredesen, but Evan Neal played.
I got it right now. We got Daniel Bellinger. He's out with his eye injury. He's going to be out for at least another 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks. Ben Bredesen is out with a knee. Don't know how long.
Joe Shane actually said he's hopeful that he's going to play against Detroit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about Bellinger. Cordell Flott might play,
but he's another one that's been out for the last few weeks. He's been out
for a long time. Golladay is another one that might play after the bye week. He might play. Evan Neal is another one that could possibly play after the bye week. Could possibly do it. So I mean, like these are
look at all those injuries, and that's not even counting the IR. We had Ellerson Smith that just got reactivated. Nick Gates just got reactivated. Aziz has been out since the Cowboys game. You know what I'm saying? Like, or since the Bears game. He's been out since that game itself. Like, and you're 6-2. I mean, you really don't have a lot to be upset about, except for maybe the fact that you hate Daniel Jones and he's your starting quarterback and you want him gone. I mean, other than that, that's really all. You don't have nothing to be upset about. Your team is winning. Yes, it is a light schedule. You don't pick your schedule. You play the schedule that's given to you. But this is a great opportunity for these young players that you drafted, and your guys that are veterans that are adopting these new playbooks and your schemes to get an understanding for it, to get where what Wink's wanting to do, and for Wink to get an idea as far as how the players play at certain positions, what you can ask them to do, what they're capable of doing. Same thing on offense with Dabes and Kafka. So the next year, when we're going up against the AFC East and you're going up against the Patriots, the Bills, the Dolphins, the Jets, I mean, everyone in that division right now is above 500 in the AFC East. And that's going to be a telling season next year. Now your guys are a little bit more equipped and a little bit more seasoned in these, in these schemes, and it'll make things a little bit easier when you go into those tough games that that guys know where they need to be, when they need to be there, and you're going to execute. So you shouldn't be upset about anything. It's free season. On a free year, you're making the postseason on a free season.
That's what I'm saying. Like, thank you, bro.
I mean, like, more than likely, we're making the playoffs. I'd be shocked if we didn't. But you're on a free season.
The bottom has to fall out. The bottom has to fall out.
And like on a free year, you're going to make and you might even win a playoff game. You might even win a playoff game.
You might win a playoff game.
Year. Now listen, next year, when things may not look as crisp or as good and everything like that, it's still part of the process. We have to see what happens in the offseason, what they do in free agency, what they do with the draft, who they re-sign, who they don't re-sign, who they trade for. Then, us, me and PTA, we will have your coverages throughout the process. And then you say, okay, all right, I understand why you're going for this player, why you drafted this player. Okay, now what are you going to do? Next year is going to be a great year to see how good the young players are going to be in those tough games. And you're going to have the tests. Imagine going and playing a team like the Bills next year and maybe losing by 14 points. That's a win. That's to me, like, I would look as that as like a moral victory. Be like, listen, this is probably one of the best teams in the league, and you're going toe to toe with them, right? You're holding them back, you're fighting, you're clawing, you're digging. Like, okay, you're on the right path. We're on the right track. So,
all right. I mean, listen, Giants Nation. I understand why some of y'all want a John Madden this season. I can understand why some of y'all are feeling like, you know, we got a path to the playoffs here, and we should just be giving up picks for players because we got upwards to 11 picks. The way things could potentially shake out, we could have 11 picks. But trust me when I tell you, there's no reason to be upset about that because this is a free season. Let this man Joe Schoen have a full gamut to work with. Do you realize that this is the first time that his entire staff has been going through a full annual year process, a full 365-day process? They are in the middle of their first 365-day process. They are just starting. Okay? And this team has got 6 wins. Let them finish out their fucking plan, y'all. They have a plan. They have
Joe
a
Judge's
plan.
first year took us an entire season to get 6 wins. And we have it within the first 8 weeks.
There's a plan here. So listen, let's talk about that plan a little bit as we grade our general manager. Okay, let's start at the top.
Well, let's start at the top. Let's start with John Mara and Steve Tisch.
Listen,
I'll tell you what, I'll give him an A.
It's an incomplete.
It's an incomplete.
It's an incomplete.
You think
we're not even because we're not even 365 days through the process.
All right, I'll give him I'll give him satisfactory.
What happens if the bottom falls out the second half and he starts getting involved again? We don't know. So
I'll give him satisfactory.
Incomplete with a satisfactory. Incomplete with satisfactory
needs
remarks.
Improvement.
I won't even say that because I don't think we've seen enough yet. So all right, that's owners are like, well, y'all ain't been in front of the camera. Thank you for that. Good job, owners. You stay away from the cameras. Go be owners somewhere. Get away. Get away.
What about Joe Schoen?
Okay, Joe Schoen. So listen, let me tell you something, man. We got to listen to our general manager speak today to a lot of different platforms.
Yesterday.
Sorry, what?
It was yesterday.
What do you mean it was yesterday? He was on with Tiki and all them today.
I thought you were talking about the press conference.
I mean, like, no, I'm not talking about. I'm just talking about a general manager. Like in the last 24 hours, he's talked to a lot of platforms. Okay. A lot of platforms. He's told us a lot of things. And listen, I don't need to give you my thoughts on every single one of those things that man said. Y'all know that this ain't that kind of channel no more. I ain't doing it, right? But listen to me when I tell you this, okay?
Tell me.
This man said something that was so impressive to me that as he said this, I envisioned it happening in my mind as he explained this. And what he was talking about was the process of hiring his head coach, and then the head coach and his process of hiring the entire staff. And this man said that as a coach was hired onto the coaching staff, starting from him and Brian Daboll together, every time a coach was added to that equation, they sat in on the next meeting. And then the next set of interviews and hires and shit. And then the people that got hired sat in on the next meeting. And it was just a collaborative effort of everyone of this team, this team that's going to be the staff of the New York Football Giants, saying in the room, yeah, we all agree that we like that person. Bring them to our team. So there is no one on this team right now that is working up in the front office that's like, I don't like that asshole, and I don't want to work with that asshole. We got to get rid of that asshole, because they all picked each other. All of these motherfuckers hired each other. Okay? So when I hear that story, it doesn't sound like hyperbole. It sounds like this organization is being run by someone with some common sense and a little bit of forward thinking. Okay, a little bit of new school mentality to the approach of football and building a football team. Right, like that's what I see. I as it stands right now today, even though a lot of these grades overall across the board are incomplete because we are only grading them on 8 games worth of winning. eight games worth of winning, winning football.
Swanee, why get rid of Tony? Because he didn't want to be here. He didn't want to be here.
He didn't want to be here.
He was not a good fit for the culture that we were trying to build in the locker room.
He didn't want to. Look into the windows of my soul when I tell you this. I know this. Okay, I'm telling you, I know this. He didn't want to be here,
and people in the locker room didn't want him here.
He did not want to be here. And this was and listen, that's not an indictment on Kadarius Toney, because Kadarius Toney is an amazing football player. We are losing out on his talent on this football team. But all the talent in the world don't matter when you don't want to be here. There's no fucking, because I want to be successful, because once a giant, always a giant. Even if your tenure with the Giants wasn't all that great, right? So it's never fuck him, right? And that's not because it's not even really fucking everything room. I hope he actually is successful. Real talk. But the fact of the matter is that the fact of the matter, I think I just lost my train of thought for a second. Hold on a second. Wait.
I hope he gets everything that he's got.
I hope that he gets everything that. Thank you. I hope that he gets everything that he has coming to him. I hope that Kadarius Toney gets everything that he could possibly want. I think he's going to be amazing on the Chiefs.
Wish him nothing but the best.
He's going to be happy there. His give a fuck is going to work. So like at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, it's whatever for Kadarius Toney. But anyway, okay, back to what I was saying, so that I can pass the mic to Rob. I shouldn't be talking this much because I'm not feeling all that hot today, but whatever. So in regards to Joe Schoen, right? In regards to Joe Schoen, I'm giving Joe Schoen an A right now, okay? I love the way this organization is running. I love the thought process. I don't have to agree with everything that Joe Schoen does. I don't have to think that every move he makes is the right move, okay? But overall, I'm happy with him, and I'm just going to sit here and let this man cook, okay? He got a recipe, and he cooking, and I'm going to let this man cook. So that's how I feel, and that's my grade for the general manager. Go ahead, Rob.
So for me, for Joe, I'm struggling with either giving him a B+ or an A. Yo, Levance, appreciate you. I think I'm leaning more towards a B+. And the reason why I'm giving him the B+ is I thought he had a really good draft. I thought he did a great job this offseason, but it's hard for me to grade him. If I'm just grading him off of just so far, I'll give him, maybe I'll give him an A, but I want to give him a B+ because I want to see what he does through the rest of the year, and I want to see what he does in the offseason so far. So, this coming up offseason. I want to see what moves he makes, how he goes about this draft, who he resigns, things of that nature. So I'm going to give him a B+, right now, because I want to see it play out more. But he's done a great job. I thought he's pushed all the right buttons. He's done all the right things. He's made the right moves so far. So B+ for me.
Okay, before we move to the head coach, Jay Swan has a question. He says, "Explain to me the God's situation. Why pay that man and not get him the ball? Is it a Daniel Jones thing or play calling?" So go ahead and answer that question for him, Rob. What do you think? What do you think on that?
Well, I mean, Swanee, the thing is that the guy was injured, and he really hasn't been on the field, producing this entire season. I don't think it has anything to do with Daniel Jones or the play calling. The guy's attitude was extremely poor. He didn't want to be here. There were players in the locker room that, there was word that players in the locker room didn't like him, didn't want him to be there. He didn't want to be there. He didn't show up for a voluntary minicamp. There was reports from reporters and beat writers that he wasn't, really putting in a lot of effort in practice, during drills. He was going last. He wasn't trying to go first.
Now, to be fair, some of this stuff happened under the watch of Brian Daboll, and a lot of this stuff manifested itself during the Joe Judge era. So it was a twofold thing with him, because he had a shit attitude then, but as we look back on it, he had a reason to have a shit attitude because the organization was some trash. So
I mean, he's under a rookie contract. So I mean,
who?
Tony, he's under a rookie contract, so we didn't really lose a boatload of money by trading him.
No.
But,
he's talking about Galladay. He said you paid him decent. Yeah, we paid him a fuckload of money. Yeah, he's under contract for the next 3 years. We pay him a fuckload of money.
Galladay's been hurt. And with the thing with Galladay is I think Galladay kind of got into his head a little bit where, Colin Johnson was taking a lot of snaps in preseason, David Sills, and he wasn't getting a lot of burn. And, if you look at his previous interview that he just did last week, he's like, I've never been a part of a 6-1 football team. I want to get back out there. I want to help out. He's used to being 1-6 right now, or 0-7.
Yeah,
so
and he came here from the Lions. He left from the Lions and came to the Giants, and he was just like, God damn, my entire career, I'm gonna suck. I'm gonna be on a team that sucks. But now he sees that, oh shit, we actually could be good. Oh, I want in on this. Winning cures everything, y'all. Winning cures everything. Because I'm gonna keep it 100% with you. Galladay came to the New York Football Giants from the Lions. He saw the way this organization was being run, and he was like, hey, yo, this place fucking sucks, and I regret signing my name to that goddamn contract. And listen, it's fair, because remember, okay, Gettleman's here. He's a fucking idiot. Coach, who the fuck is that, is here. He's a tyrant, okay? Jason Garrett is here. He's incompetent. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. I don't really blame him for being like, yo, this place sucks. But now the team's winning, and he's like, oh, shit. We got people here that actually know what the fuck they're doing, and they're actually trying to win football games. Oh, well, sign me up then. I'm in. And that's how his attitude changed. And listen, again, I don't say that to disparage him. I don't say that to make it seem like it's a bad thing. But listen, y'all, we forget that these football players are fucking human. And if you signed a contract that said you got to work for your job for the next 5 years, they're going to pay you a shitload of money, but you got to show up here and shut the fuck up. And you get there and you realize that all of the fucking shiny glitz and glamour that they was telling you when they was telling you how great this job was going to be was a bunch of bullshit. You'd be like, I'm calling out sick. You know what I mean? That's what you do. Let's just keep it funky.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're keeping it real.
Listen. Y'all, sometimes we got to put shit in context. That's the reason why, man. Now people are gonna say that Galladay is a shit person and he doesn't want to try unless, yeah, no shit. That's 90% of us, yo. It's 90% of us. You know what I'm saying? If 90% of us hated our job but was stuck there, guess what? That's what it is. And that's a lot of us. It's not me. My job pretty goddamn cool, to be completely honest with you. I had to call out sick from work today, and I felt like a scumbag for doing it. I had to come home and rest up because I was jacked up. it was bad. Anyway, so yeah. I mean, like that's just what it is. That's the way I approach the Galladay situation. That's just what I think. Okay. All right. In the interest of staying, on topic here, what are you thinking about the head coach, Rob? And why you say that? I'm going to mute my mic and yell something.
Okay. For me, the head coach, I'll give Brian Daboll also a B. I'll give him an A. I'll give him an A right now. I'll give him an A.
Wait a minute. You okay? Wait a minute. Why are you giving him an A?
I'm going to give him an A because with Joe Shane, obviously he's the GM. He's going to provide the players and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like Dave's has got to coach, and Dave's has to coach and overcome a lot of the injuries that have taken place, the lack of losing players, and also keeping all of the coaches in line and on the same path as he is. And I think that they've done a great job. I think he's done a great job with time management, clock management, timeouts, time of possession, making the right calls, going for it when he needs to. And then when you look at what he's been able to do with some of the players, Saquon Barkley looks better than ever. Daniel Jones is looking, one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league right now, not turning the ball over, not forcing anything, dinking and dunking, taking what the defense is giving him, limiting the turnovers, which was huge. So for me, I'm going to give him an A just because of all of that. I think he's done a great job. And getting the players to buy in at this early and everything like that. It takes a great coach to do that, and I think he's done that, and I believe he's going to continue to do that. And for that, I'm going to give him an A+. I'll give him an A+.
Okay, all right, cool. Listen, I love me some Brian Daboll. Just so you know, love him. I love his attitude. I love the energy that he brings. I love his philosophy. I love the way he manages his staff. I love the fact that even though he's a really good play caller, he said, I'm going to let my offensive coordinator call the plays and I'm going to manage the game. I think that was a really smart decision by him. I think that's going to really facilitate for him to be successful because he is a player's coach without question. Okay. He comes off and listen, we've been food before y'all, okay? I know, but just hear me out on this, okay? Just hear me out. It feels like Brian Daboll just has a good approach to being the head coach, and it could go to absolute shit, and I hope that it doesn't. But right now, in current time, like I still feel like this is coach of the year, y'all. Like I still feel like this is the coach of the year. I understand
100%.
that Pete Carroll's Seahawks just beat us, and so it's between Pete Carroll and Brian Daboll. But I still feel like Daboll's coach of the year, and I'm hoping that what we're seeing is the real Brian Daboll when we see him not in front of a podium answering questions, but the guy who goes out smoking a cigar, cursing and talking to the fans, the one that's hyping everybody up on the sidelines or at the end of the game, pumping his fist. Let's go! Like this is a man of the people, y'all. I love this coach. I love the way he manages this game. Now I'm going to do a little twofer though, Rob, because after this we're going to talk about the offensive coordinator. So I'm going to wrap the offensive coordinator in with Brian Daboll because Brian Daboll and Kafka
Not Kefka. Kafka.
Kafka. That's what I said.
You said
God
Kefka.
damn it. Kafka. With an A. Kafka.
Yeah, Kafka.
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 Who's on first?
Kafka.
Shut up. God damn it. People always fuck you. Okay. All right.
Kafka.
Anyway.
See, you said Kefka.
I didn't say Kefka. I said Kafka.
You just said it again.
I didn't say.
Oh my God.
I hate all of you. I just want you to know. I hate every single last one of you.
Hey, that was a great game plan there by Mike Kefka.
Fucking passion. I hate all of you. Kafka fish. What the fuck is that?
Kaflita fish.
Gefilte fish. Let me get some of that gefilte fish.
Gefilte?
Filter fish.
What's the name of this fish? Gefilte fish. What's the name of this fish? Gefilte fish. Man, I love some of this. What's the name of this fish? Gefilte fish.
Filter fish? It's filter fish. I hate you guys. I hate you so much. I hate every last one of you. Oh my God, man. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Jeez Louise. Okay, what were we talking about? Kafka. Kayfabe. Anyway, these two are a couple of fucking magicians, okay? Absolute magicians. The things that they are able to do with this offense, because I know this is a collaborative effort between Brian Daboll, Mike Kafka, Kafka. You're gonna get us fucking filter fish.
It's my favorite.
My favorite.
What's the name of this thing?
What's the name? Filter fish.
Gefilte fish. Oh, what's the name of this fish?
Filter fish.
It's a filter fish.
Gefilte. You know what this is? What is it?
Gefilte fish.
It's filter fish. Filter fish. You want some of my filter fish? What's the name of the fish?
Gefilte fish.
Filter fish.
Gefilte fish.
Filter. There's a filter fish. Is that filter fish?
All over the world eating this. Who eats lots of things?
Filter fish.
I had some guilty fish.
There's a filter fish.
Gefilte fish.
Filter fish. So
Gefilte?
I'm going.
What's the name of this coordinator? Kefka.
Kafka.
Man, that guy down.
I'm so conscious now. I was saying his name right the whole fucking time. It's got an A in it, not a fucking E. I know how to say the goddamn name.
Breaking news: the Carolina Panthers have hired Mike Kefka as their new head coach.
I hate you all. Man, what give me your fucking also an A for the offensive coordinator. They're doing amazing things, and I'm absolutely happy with what I'm seeing with what little they have. You know what? No, I need to bump that down. Actually, I need to bump that down to an A minus.
I'm gonna give him a B plus.
I'm going to give him an A minus. The reason why I'm going to give you an A minus is because there's been a couple of times.
A plus for Caffey.
Fuck y'all. Gefilte fish.
Mike Caffey. Mike Gefilte fish. Mike Gefilte.
So yeah, A minus. There's been a few times where I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" But overall, I'm happy. I'm happy with the process. I understand what they're doing with the scheme. Hearing that they sit down with Daniel Jones and they ask him what he likes and what he doesn't like, I'm happy about that. So I'm gonna say an A minus. I can't quite give it A. It's A minus for the offensive coordinator. What do you
Gefilte?
think?
I think it's B plus for Gefilte fish. No, for real, it's a B plus.
Absolutely. Hated it.
It's a B plus for me. I do think he's done a good job with what he's got. I would like him to take a little bit more shots down the field, though, with a little bit of different route combinations. Like there was a play last week against the Seahawks where they kind of had Slayton on a double move. He did like an out and up, and he really kind of he burned him deep. I'd like to see some more deep shots. Maybe some deep post off play action, something down the field. At least give it a shot. And I know that pass is obviously Jones should have thrown that ball. Maybe he didn't see him, or he just. I don't think Jones would have been scared to throw that. I mean, the guy was
he would have threw it if he saw it.
I just think he was locked on Myrick on that play because that's who he threw it to. He threw it to Myrick on that play. I think he was just looking at Myrick. That was his first read. That was his only read, and he just didn't look anywhere else. Because I think if he would have saw Slayton, he would have thrown it. But plays like that, I want to see more of that kind of stuff. I don't think that we see it enough. I'd like to see some deep shots.
I don't know if we're there yet. I don't know if we're at that point yet, right? In terms of him learning the scheme and the difficulty level of what they're giving him. I don't know if he's there yet. I truly believe that he has like two reads. You have this read, you have that read. All right. There's your fucking reads. Don't look over there.
No, Antonio, I don't think that was his first read, but Myrick was coming across the middle of the field. Like he was on the right side coming across. And I just think that's where Daniel went with the ball and he didn't look deep. That might have been his first read. I don't know. I'm not really too sure, but maybe Slayton was his first read, but at first Slayton wasn't open. The corner was with him. It wasn't until after he did the double move and the corner bit and then he got deep. But I think at that point he was already looking at Myrick and threw the ball there. So Daniel's got to get better with that stuff, but I'd like to see Wandell going deep. I only see them doing like short, immediate passes with him. Try to get him on a deep post. Try to get him on a fade route. Give him a chance. I think that, I think that, Wandell is a guy that will probably go after the football. Give him a shot. See what you could do. So for me, it's a B plus. I think he's done a great job. But I do think that there's some opportunities. Even if you throw an interception, fuck it. Just go, you gotta see what you could do, man. You gotta just check it out. So B plus for me.
Okay. All right, cool. I mean, listen, I agree. I don't necessarily think you're giving Daniel Jones excuses. Because I think that Daniel Jones is focuses in a box a little bit, and it may not be a small box, maybe a big box, but I just don't think he has. I don't think they're giving him. I don't want to say that they're not giving him free reign. I don't think they're telling him to focus on some things like that deep ball. You know what I mean? Anyway,
I think that they're probably telling him, hey, look, and maybe that's just a miscommunication or a misunderstanding on his part. I think they're saying, look, you don't need to go for the deep shot every time. If you don't feel that you need to take the shot, don't take the shot. Take what you're going to get, take what they're giving you. And, you live to fight another play. If you got to take 10 checkdowns and that's 10 first downs, then take the 10 checkdowns and then, we'll get into the red zone and we'll go from there. But I don't think that they're telling him if you have a shot, don't take it. I just think they're saying, listen, don't just take a shot to just take a shot. Just don't force something that you don't need to. It's a long game. Let's just dink and dunk, keep the game close. We'll do what we need to do. And I think that's what they're telling him.
Okay. So since you're talking about Daniel Jones, let's go through our offensive players here. Okay. And let's give grades to those position groups. Now, obviously for quarterback, it's only Daniel Jones that we're grading because he's the only one that's taking snaps. Based on some of the things you just said, give me your thoughts and your grade on Daniel Jones so far.
For me, I'll give Daniel Jones, I'll give him a C plus. I think that he's done a good job at maintaining, not turning the football over. I think he's done a great job at managing the game. not forcing and making, stupid mistakes. I thought he's made, I think that he makes plays with his legs when he needs to, maybe some when he doesn't need to, but that's what he relies on. So I think it's C plus. I think he's doing a good job at what they're asking him to do. And that's really all you can ask, for a quarterback that has been through the last couple of years that he's been through. You got to try to build his confidence up a little bit. And I think he is. I think they are. And so for me, C plus.
Okay. All right. So just briefly, because I just noticed that we've been talking for 55 minutes. That's crazy. And we haven't even really gotten to these positions yet. But okay. For me, I'm going to give Daniel Jones a B minus. I'm actually surprised that I gave him a higher grade than you did. I thought you would have given him like a B, and I gave him a B minus. But here's the thing: the B minus that I give him is this: whatever is the first score that you can get in the B minus, like here's C plus, and then here's B minus. Daniel Jones is right there. Okay, he's in the B minus, but he is in danger of falling into the C's if his next assignment is not graded well. Okay, like that's I'm not going to say that Daniel Jones has not played well beyond my expectations. He has. He's played fantastic. He's done what the coaches have asked him to do. He's stepped up in big moments. He's put this team on his back. It don't matter how much I dislike Daniel Jones. It don't matter. The fact of the matter is that he goes out there and he gets the job done. He's got five come from behind victories? Five come from behind victories.
Five fourth quarter game winning drives.
Quarter game winning drives. 5 of them. Okay. Like, listen, it is what it is, man. He's done fine. So B minus. Okay. Let's quickly talk about the running backs, man. What's your grade for the entire running back room? We're not just talking about Saquon, but we're talking about the entire running back room. How are you feeling about it?
I'll give the A minus for the running back groups. The majority of that is with Saquon because he's the one getting the majority of the snaps. Reason why I'm doing an A minus is I want to see it go through a full season for me. I want to see Saquon stay healthy. I think that Matt Breida has done a good job at relieving Saquon Barkley when needed. And he's been a pretty good, reliable guy in the passing game. And he's had some pretty nice runs. So for me, I'm going to go with an A minus because I feel like without the running game and the running backs, I don't think that we are in a lot of the games that we're in. So I'm going to go A minus for the running backs.
Okay. All right, cool. I'm going to go with a solid B. Okay. And the reason why I'm going to go with a solid B is because when you're running back, when your second most rushing player on your team is your quarterback, the running back room ain't even being utilized that much the way it probably should be utilized. But I don't disagree with the fact that the quarterback can run, let that man run. But I'm gonna give him a B. I'm gonna give him a B because first and foremost, Saquon Barkley looks amazing. Okay, he's not gonna have big numbers all the time, but when he does something, you're gonna remember it. It's gonna be important. I am actually pleasantly surprised with Matt Breida. And I didn't think Matt Breida was terrible, but I just was like, oh, okay, cool, like Matt Breida, all right. But like Matt Breida is actually pretty damn good running back still. Like I'm impressed with him.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with Matt Breida. I won't say that I was wrong, but I was incorrect because Breida. That's what I said. I said Breida. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue tied. Hold on. Matt Breida. Breida. Jesus Christ.
Matt Breida is Breida than Saquon Barkley.
Then Breida.
Matt Breida than Saquon.
Matt Breida. I can't speak today, man. I can't say people's names. I don't know. but anyway, I'm happy with what we're getting from our collective running back room. But I don't think it's like, oh my God, the best running back combo or the best running back room in the NFL. It's solid running back room. All these players have a great ability, and I'm not really concerned with them. So yeah, that's where I'm going to go. And I think Randy is asking if we would sign Saquon. Are we talking about Saquon long term, or would we sign Saquon long term? I'm going to say yes.
Randy?
It's Randy Gard. I don't know how to say people's last names. I definitely don't know how to say this goddamn last name. Like, look at this thing. Guardiola. Oh, Daniel Jones. He's saying Daniel Jones. Too early. Too early. Oh, you know what? It may be. It may. Is
that on Facebook?
No. It's on a YouTube channel. It might be mine. I don't know. But I don't know why you can't.
I got yours.
That's
I
weird.
got yours up. I didn't even see it.
Or it's yours.
No.
Or it's okay. Well, I don't know. Let us know where you're calling from, Randy. Because
might be your Twitch.
We don't know. No, it's definitely YouTube. But anyway, yeah, signing Jones, TBD, man. I need to see the rest of this season before I make a determination. And if I was going to sign him on a deal, it would be a 2-year, 3-year, relatively relatively decent average kind of salary type of deal with language that allows us to get out of it if we need to. Like, that's all I would do. I'm not signing Dan Jones to no stupid long-term deal. Not doing it. That's just me. I don't know, Rob. Are you signing Daniel Jones long-term right now?
Not right now, no.
Okay, cool. Wide receivers. I'm going to go ahead and start because I have to give the wide receiver room. It's either an incomplete because there's too many injuries and we can't really judge the wide receiver room. But the wide receivers that are on the field, the wide receivers that are there, that are playing, I give them a C-. The only reason why y'all are in the C category for me right now is because y'all blocking well. I appreciate the effort of y'all getting out there and blocking. All right. The wide receivers that are out there are blocking well. And the ones that are out there are trying to do all that they can, but they are getting very, very little separation. And that's why there is people with pitchforks and torches over the fact that we don't have or we didn't trade for a wide receiver. So, yeah, that's like a C- for me, man. What are you giving the wide receivers?
I'm going to go with a C. Just because honestly, the reason why it's getting a C is because it's late in the last 3 weeks. Honestly,
okay.
That's why. If Slayton wasn't out there, it'd probably be a D-. Honestly, so Slayton I think is a C for the wide receivers, and that's also being generous to the point where I think maybe Wan'Dale. Even Joe Shane said it today. Like, they hope Wan'Dale is going to be a big part of their offense.
Right.
He said it today on Tiki and Tierney. They want to see what they can get out of, KG. And he said that, yesterday in his press conference, let's see. They did go ahead and claim a guy today. Hodges from Buffalo.
I'm trying to see if I can get my hands on some film for him because
6'3", 206, runs a 4.6. So he's not very fast, but he's a big physical guy. Came from Buffalo. They claimed him off waivers, so I think he's on the active roster. I don't think he's on the practice squad. But they still have Pringle Pimpleton on the practice squad. And there's another one. Plus, and the other reason that I'm also giving him a C is Shep, was doing a great job before he got injured as well. That's a good call out by Chris. So
yeah. Shout out to Shep.
So I'll go ahead and I'll say C.
Okay, and quickly tight ends, man, because there's only like 2 of them.
Love you. Thank you.
There's only like 3 tight ends on this damn team. So what do you think about
my sexy fucking beautiful multi-purpose personality son of a bitch. I'd love to get El Jefe's grades. I'd love to get El Jefe's grades.
El Jefe is in the building. What's going on with you, man? I can't hear out of my ears right now because Rob decided to.
Why not?
Hate your guts. Okay. All right. So
let's go.
So
Tight ends.
Tight ends. Yeah. Tight ends briefly.
C+.
Ooh. I'm digging our tight ends. I want to give them a B.
I'm gonna go with a C+ just because it would if Bellinger didn't get hurt, it probably would have been a B. But with him missing,
that's why I'm giving it a B. That's why I'm giving it a B. But
it's with him. I don't know, man. It's like it's right on.
We love you back.
I love you too. It's like legit borderline B. It's borderline B. It's like a C++.
Yeah, it's like in a B. It's like in a B minus. But they've been fine. They have been fantastic, but they've been fine. When Belgium comes back, I'm sure we'll be okay. And now, the stars of the show. I saved the best for last. This offensive line. What grade are you giving the Giants' offensive line right now?
B.
Ooh, hit me. Why is it a B?
Andrew Thomas.
Okay.
Enough said.
That's it? Just Andrew Thomas?
No, Andrew Thomas. I think Neil was doing a really, really good job. Before he got hurt. To be honest, the reason why it's a B is because of the two tackles. Honestly, if we broke it down between how do you feel about the interior line, I'd give him a D+. Honestly, the tackles, I'd give him like if it came to if it was just the tackles, I'd give him like a B+. And the reason why is just because Evan's a rookie. If it came to the interior line, they're getting a D+. Like the interior line is awful.
Oh, the D+. Okay.
You know what can fix it though? You know what can fix it?
Who? Will Hernandez?
No. Even though I know that's your favorite person. No. Nick Gates can fix this offensive line.
Yes, I agree that Nick.
I would love rolling out to Houston. I would love for him to be our starting center and Feliciano to be our starting left guard. I would love that. If they said, like right there, no bullshit, chat. I'm not bullshitting. Thomas, for this year, Thomas, Feliciano, Gates, Glowinski, Evan Neal, that is a potential deep playoff offensive line.
I like that offensive line, to be completely honest.
I like that offensive line a lot.
I'll honestly take that offensive line. It's not the greatest offensive line. They're not going to be. Their numbers may not totally reflect, right? But that's a good offensive line. Filter fish. So okay, I gotta give the offensive line. I'm gonna give them a B as well. I think I'd give the interior offensive line a C. I don't think I'd go as far as a D. And the reason why I say this is because I am really liking what they're doing on pass pro. I'm really actually liking pockets are forming. There are pockets that are forming, and so I can see. Oh, Lady Rage. What's going on, Lady Rage? How you doing? Appreciate you. Shout out to Lady Rage Gaming. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about the offensive line. Okay, so listen, let's go ahead, shift gears. Let's go to the defensive side of the football. Okay? Let's go to the defensive side of the football. All right. So let's start with the defensive coordinator. Oh, Wink Martindale. I'm going to give you. I was going to say. I was going to start. But cool. A+. Hit it. Why?
I think he's just done a great job. The fact of what he was able to do without Aziz and KT the first few weeks. What he did with against Aaron Rodgers, losing Adoree, losing Fabian, running with Lane and McLeod. The way that he's used Xavier McKinney, the way he's been able to get the most out of Julian Love. What he's done with Dexter Lawrence, A+, 100%.
You giving him a 100% A+. That's what you're giving him. Wow. Okay. Yes, Lady Rage, we have heard about the Washington Commanders getting a new owner. That's going to be crazy. I'm just going to sit and watch. I don't know what's going to happen with that, and it is what it is.
It's probably going to be like their nephew or some shit.
Yeah. So for me, I'm going to give Wink an A-. I'm going to give Wink
Hater.
an A-. I'm not all the way happy with our run defense.
Go Field. See, but our run defense was good last week, though.
Overall,
honestly, I think our run defense was bad. Our run defense went to shit when Big Cat went out.
Yeah, that's true. But if that happens, if
and
Big
O'Shea.
Cat, listen, I wasn't feeling our run D for the most part over the course of this first half of the season. I thought our pass defense was as good as it could be. I thought that was going to be our weakness. Turns out it's it's low key one of our strengths is our defensive backs room. It's crazy for me to even think that, but cool, right? You know, who would have thought we'd have got a Fabian Monroe? Like who would have thought we got some of these players that came out of nowhere and just balled out.
Wasn't he a second round pick? He was like a second or third round pick.
I don't even fucking know. I know he's been in the league for like 5 years. He's been in the league for a while, and he hasn't. So yeah. I mean the thing is that Lady Rage, I'm doing so fantastic. I'm doing better than I deserve. I'm doing a Jordan flu game right now because I'm not feeling well, but it's Wednesday. We gotta do what we do.
Third round in 2017.
Okay. So like again, I don't want to make it seem like I think that Wink is jacking anything up. I think Wink's been fantastic. I just need a little bit that run D, man. That run D. But the scheme, the pressure, the blitzing, I love it. I'm good with it. You're still in the A's, in my opinion. You're still in the A's. All right, so let's go ahead and talk quickly about. Let's start with DBs. Let's start with the DBs. Let's start with the defensive back room, the corners and the safeties. What are you giving the defensive back room?
A.
Damn, you didn't even have to think about that, huh? A? Why are you giving it an A?
Adoree Jackson, Julian Love, Xavier McKinney, Fabian Moreau. They've been playing really, really good. Fabian Moreau's right now, I'm not saying he is, but as far as like this year, he's ranked in the top 10 for, pass defense and for corners. Xavier McKinney and what he's been able to do. Julian Love has been low key like a silent assassin on that defense. And even, Dane Belton has been doing well. And Adoree Jackson, I think he just really is overachieving for what we thought he was going to be. Very good against the run, not afraid to come up and hit you and make a play. He's made so many plays in the backfield. He's had a lot of breakups. He's been playing very, very well this year. So I'm going to give him an A for the DB group.
All right. I'm going to give him a B+. And please understand, y'all, that this is a midseason report card. So all of our grades are not, these grades are written in pencil, not in ink. Okay. These grades are going to improve or they're going to go down. We'll do a final report card and we can compare and contrast how we felt in the middle versus how we felt at the end. So please understand that. But I'm going to give them what did I say?
B+.
B+. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that B+. I'm going to give them a B+. I think that our defensive backs have played very, very good football. Are they the fastest folks? You know what I'm saying? This neck of the woods, not necessarily. Are they the tallest? No, not necessarily. But they're getting the job done out there. They are, making sure that they're getting their hand in there to break up a potential catch. They're tackling well. They're laying the wood. Pause. I mean, they're out there. You know what I'm saying, laying hits on people. They're creating turnovers. They're creating fumbles. Batting down balls. I mean, like, listen, this secondary has been amazing based on what we thought they would be at the beginning of this season. So that's the reason why I give them a B+. Moving down to the interior linebackers, I'm going to go ahead and give my grade first. The interior linebackers have a fucking D. A D. Okay? I am not happy with our off-ball linebackers at all. I'm glad that we put Jaden Smith at middle linebacker and moved what's the name over to left. What's with me in names tonight?
Big Dash.
Why am I having problems? What's going on, Big Dash? Why am I having
Tay Crowder.
problems with name? Tay Crowder, because Tay Crowder is way better as a weak side linebacker. So I'm glad that they
got you, Dash.
that they shuffling people around. They trying to figure out the best way of working. But I hate our off-ball linebacking core. I think they're absolutely terrible. I can't wait to see how we make this part of this team a strength in the future, because it ain't a strength right now. It's our fucking weakness. We can't cover tight ends. Tackling is fucking terrible. Okay, it's bad. I don't like it. Okay, and maybe it's some bias. I don't know, but I hate our off-ball linebacking core. It gets a fucking D. What do you think, Rob?
I'm gonna give him a B+. I'm just kidding.
In this fucking show.
I'm just kidding.
I'll end the show. Anyway, good night, folks.
No, I'm gonna give him honestly, I'm gonna give him an F. I'm gonna give him an F.
They're failing. Okay.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Not looking good. That's all I gotta say.
It's not good. It's not. It's just not good. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all like these folks, but it's not good. Landon Collins. Where the fuck is Landon Collins? I need Landon Collins playing middle linebacker. Like, geez, I need Landon Collins playing middle linebacker, because he'll do it better. He'll do it way better. Good God, I hate our off-ball linebackers, y'all. I hate them. I don't actually hate them in real life, but God.
Let's go with outside pass rushers.
Edge group. Okay, edge group. If I'm giving the edge group an honest grade based on their full body of work, I think I'm going to give them a C+. And the reason why I'm going to give them a C+ is this. They're doing a decent job of setting the edge, okay? But that outside run has been kicking our ass a bit. Just putting it out there, right? There's two phases to the game. 100%. Y'all got to stop the run too. And y'all ain't been doing a great job of stopping the run. Y'all got to do better at setting the edge and containing these motherfuckers, especially when it comes to these fucking quarterbacks, because they're mobile and you're over pursuing and running yourself out of the play. I'm glad that you're getting pressure. I really am. Okay? But you're over pursuing, and you need to have a little bit more discipline. I understand that our edges are all relatively young, with the exception of a couple of folks here and there. But like, I'm happy with our edge group's production, but I'm disappointed because it should be better. It should be way better than what it is. And that's not to say that it's bad. It just should be way better. But they're still doing work out there. And I got to acknowledge that. They're doing work out there. When it all works out and everything, is executed appropriately, man, does it look good. Man, does it look good.
For me, I think I'm going to give the edge rushers a B+. Not B+, just a B. Sorry.
Okay.
And the reason why is because Kayvon has just been getting held like crazy. This past game, he didn't play very good, but Jacksonville, he was getting held like crazy. I think even against Baltimore, he was getting held. And right now, I think Kayvon should at least have probably like 4 or 5 sacks already. and he's just getting held like crazy. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that changes drives, that you know, and everything. So for me,
Absolutely.
I'm thinking like an 80, you know, like a B, you know, right at a B.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully that can go up. But right now it's a B for me.
Listen, I think it's going to go up, by the way. I think it's going to go up. I wholeheartedly believe that the caliber of the edge rushers play is going to shoot up. It's going to be great. But right now,
Thank you.
they got some work to do. Okay. And then let's wrap it up with the most important players on the field. Okay. The only players that actually really matter when it's all said and done. Okay. You know, I like them fat. You know, I like the big boys. Let's talk about the interior. And I'm not pausing nothing. Let's talk about the interior defensive line, baby. The fat boys, my favorite. What do you think? What are you thinking about our interior defensive line?
A.
Hit me with your details.
I mean, the emergence of Dexter Lawrence is great. I mean, you know, the fact, you know, people were kind of writing him off. We were actually in Twitter Spaces, if you remember, this past offseason, where people were talking about trading Dexter Lawrence, like trading him came up in conversations.
I remember. Don't think I forgot, y'all. I remember all the shit y'all said about Sexy Dexy. I also remember all the shit y'all said about Big Cat. Just so y'all know, I remember all that shit.
And now everybody's like, pay him, give him money, give him here. You know, so the guy is just emerged right now as a dominant interior lineman in this league. I would say this season he's definitely in the top 5,
all pro,
top 5. Yeah, definitely an all pro. I mean, let chat.
Without question.
He's 340 pounds, and the guy jumped up and blocked a field goal. Now it still went through, but I looked at my wife and I said, how did that fat man get up that fucking high and tip that fucking ball? You know what I'm saying? And
boy.
he goes to the sideline, and Dave's goes to him. He's like, did you get it? And he's like, yeah, I got it in my hand. Like, Dave's.
He's a big boy, man.
They love Dexter Lawrence. They love. You know what?
He's gonna do the dance, y'all. He's gonna do the. Yeah, he's gonna do the dance. Listen. I love me some Sexy Dexy, man.
Sexy
Dexy, baby. I listen, and I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I think.
I got confirmation, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit kind of breaking news. You guys may not know, but there was a report that came out, and I will tell you who the report was from.
What?
It was from the Zach Gleb show. That the player that was called about, that it was a hard no, was Dexter Lawrence.
That's a hard fucking no.
It's a hard
fucking no. Hell no. And I agree.
The report is that it was a hard no for Dex. And he said that's somebody who I would want to sign. And that's coming from Joe Shane. So yeah. I think you're going to see 2 contracts by Monday. I think you're going to bare minimum 1. And the guaranteed one that I think you're going to see is going to be Dexter Lawrence.
Oh, yeah. He's not going
by Monday. I think he will get an extension. The other one will be Saquon Barkley. If you don't see Saquon, you will 100% see an extension for Dexter Lawrence. And I could see it being 4 years, probably like 40 to 45 million is what I could see it being.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about contracts, so I'm not going to throw numbers out there.
I mean, I don't know if that's high. You know,
I don't know.
35 to 40. But I think it's going to be it's definitely going to be a 4-year deal.
I was going to say Leo's getting 20 something. So
I think he's outperforming Leo.
that's what I'm saying. So if Leo's getting 20 something, he's gonna have to get 20.
I mean, they could
something.
give him the same. They could, because it's his first contract. So
they could give him a very
they could give him the
similar
same
contract.
amount that they're giving Leo.
Yeah, they could.
Because Leo right now, Leo's not worth that money now.
And listen, our interior defensive line, in my opinion, is one of the best interior defensive lines in the entire fucking
And
NFL,
I just want to let y'all know, Dexter Lawrence and Kayvon are going to be the face of that defense. Like they will be. I know I love McKinney. Don't get me wrong, but like it's going to be.
They coming to eat your food. Listen,
Dex, McKinney, and KT. That's the face of the defenses. And I tell you this right now, I'm gonna call this out right now. This is off topic. I know, and I'm sorry, but we're getting a new middle linebacker in the offseason, y'all.
Oh yeah, of course.
And you know who it is? I'm gonna call it right now.
Go ahead and go. I mean, we need a hot take. We might as well get one for you before we wrap up this show.
The first free agent signing for the New York Giants will be Tremaine Edmonds from the Buffalo Bills. This is his 5th year. He's still young. They may tag him. They may tag him.
I was going to say, he's coming here?
If they don't tag him, he will come here to be with Brian Daboll, and we will have Beavers and Edmonds in the middle. That's nasty.
From your lips to God's ears.
Why are you getting a dirty look right now?
No. My fantastic wife, was fulfilling a request that I asked of her an hour ago. But it's okay. That's a hell of a fucking hot take. But I'm glad we got one because we have to hit a hot take. I agree with you in regards to your grades. I think that overall, right, if we're looking at this entire team from top to bottom, and we are evaluating the entire process from player to evaluate.
Gefilte fish.
If we are, something's wrong with them. I don't know. If we're looking at this team from top to bottom, right? Fucking idiot. If we're, it must be. I don't know, man. The weed is good in RZeroB land tonight. I don't know what the hell going on. Okay, when we're looking at the all encompassing top to bottom, it's probably legal where you are. It's legal where I'm at. Don't do drugs, kids. But if they're legal and you're of age, please indulge. Don't
drink and drive.
No, don't do that.
Fly.
Like you're gonna smoke and then get on the plane, or are you gonna smoke and then fly the plane?
Both.
Or are you gonna smoke and then jump out the window in an attempt to fly?
Hey, how much longer will we gone? Like 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
No. Like we're wrapping it up now. It's almost 10 o'clock, and we have real lives that we have to go and live. So whoever was getting ready to slide in here, I greatly appreciate you, but we'll have you come on next week.
What if it was a sexy man?
I mean, I always enjoy staring at a sexy man, but we don't have time to stare at sexy men at this point in time. But when you're looking at this entire team, right? from top to bottom, when we're talking about, you know, the training staff, we're talking about these scouts, we're talking about the coaches, we're talking about the fucking war boy, we're talking about everything, all encompassing, right? For me, as it stands right now, I'm going to give the New York Football Giants a B plus for an overall grade. Okay. And the reason why this grade is and when I say B plus, like it's on the cusp of being an A minus. It's like right there. Okay. A few more good projects, a few more good assignments, and you right there in the A's, man. You know, this team has been fighting. They've been working for what they got. They've been really, really fucking scrappy, and I'm having a good time, man. So you know, shout out to the team. I'm gonna give them a B plus. What's your overall grade that you're gonna give the team for their midseason report card?
For me, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give them a B. You know, there's been some good things, some questionable things for me. But I mean, it's a solid B. We're talking like, you know, like 84, you know, 84, you know, 84, 85. You know, they've done a great job of the running game. I think they've done a great job at getting the best out of their players. I think they've done a good job at putting their players in the best position to succeed. I think they've done a great job with getting the most out of what they have. I think the team's done an amazing job overcoming adversity, you know, losing players left and right, especially in games, and holding it together and crumbling where past regimes, it would look awful, atrocious. They've done a great job. So I'm going to give them a B. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do the rest half of this, of the season. You know, we got 9 games left, 5 of them being divisional games. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard sledding. And out of those 5 division games, I'm hoping we can go 2-3. I really am. I'm hoping that we can go 2-3. I'd like for them to beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I'd like for them to at least split with the Commanders, because I think the Commanders are a little bit of a tougher team with Heineke playing at quarterback than Carson Wentz. And listen, I'm never going to say never, but I mean, Philadelphia's looking really, really good right now. They've got a really good roster. The team's firing on all cylinders, and they're doing a good job. So, but if we can squeak out a win there, trust me, I will make sure that, that Bird Gang and Philly Notion, and they never, ever, 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 ever hear the end of it ever again.
Go down.
But I think we're going to lose both of those games. And so I'm hoping that we can either, sweep the Commanders, or, maybe sweep the Commanders and if we can go 3-2, and lose both of them, like, I'd be happy with that, so it's going to be tough, but Houston, Detroit, those are games you need to win. Indianapolis, you need to win that game. That looks like a winnable game right now. And you got Minnesota, that you're going to have to go to Minnesota. That's going to be a tough game on Christmas Eve, so we'll see what happens.
All right, cool. So, listen, y'all, we don't have a game this week, which means we all can just kind of sit down and enjoy some football that you ain't invested in, okay? Except for like the division games, we're gonna probably watch them and cheer for them to lose. That's what we do. But listen, we got a nice. Oh shit! Look at Nate. Nate's up in here late as hell. Hey, yo, college changed this man's whole perspective on life, man. He's showing up fucking late as hell. Probably got
unbelievable
crumbs on his nose.
Unbelievable. Listen, y'all,
gummy residue in his teeth.
Make sure you guys are liking the video. It helps the videos get noticed. Right now we're streaming on multiple different platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on BGN, we're on my Twitch, I think PTA's Twitch, and on both of our YouTubes. So if you're not subscribed to the YouTubes, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe. Follow us on Twitch, follow the Facebook, follow BGN on Twitter. It's BGN Network. you can go ahead and follow us there. We constantly get, putting out updates, everything like that. So and if you're here and you're not a Giants fan per se, you're a fan of the Niners or the Cowboys or the Commanders or whatever that you're a fan of, we have tons and tons of different sports people for teams that are part of that group that you can check out. Also, on these videos that you guys see here, let us know in the comment section. Give us your grades. So watch the video. Put in the comment section, give us your grades for every position: quarterback, running back, wide receivers, coaches, GMs. We want to see them in the chat. If you don't want to put them in the chat, go to our Twitters, and you can go to PTA's Twitter and quote or reply to his tweet out about this show and put your grades in there and tweet at us. We'd love to see what you guys think as far as the grades and everything like that going forward. So, but I appreciate the love and support that you guys show today and always.
Absolutely. Hey, shout out to all the people who come and listen to Rob's Twitter space every day, man. I've watched this thing grow, and I love what's happening in there. Some days it's rougher than others, right? But this is New York Giants fans, right? And so like you got to be ready to throw. You got to be ready to throw balls. You know what I mean? You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to stand on your morals, because people will call you a fucking idiot in a second. But listen. Seriously, we greatly appreciate all the support from all y'all, man. Thank y'all so very much. Make sure that you're hitting all the likes. Make sure you're subscribing to the channels and followings on the Twitters and the Instafucks and all that. Do all the things, y'all, okay? Because without y'all, we're just talking into the void. So appreciate y'all for allowing us to not be crazy people. So, for my guy, RZeroB, I am Pest the Analyst. And as soon as I find a network outro on this, we're going to get the fuck out of here. With that being said, appreciate y'all. We'll get up with you later. Deuces.